Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. As you know, that week 9 is the AMS for Math CA is repeated on week 10. So there was someone who requested for 2 questions that they wanted me to have a deeper explanation of that. Okay, so let's start. Here, remember that what are they asking for? They're asking for square meters. First, keep that in mind. Okay, there is a question they've given you. They've given you a scale. Keep that in mind, and also check that each one of these units are in centimeter. They don't want the answer in centimeter. They want it in meters. Keep that in mind. They want it in meters. Okay, always check these things. If there's a scale given, what unit are they asking the answer for, right? So the first one, the area of the rose garden. Now the rose garden, you can see it's a rectangle, right? Above also, the pond is also a rectangle. Now look at the length. The length of both the rose garden and the pond is the same. Okay, don't try to worry yourself about this. They are the same, right? So when they're the same, so what will be the length of this? 5.5. And what is the width? The width is 1 centimeter. Now remember, they're both centimeters. Usually when you convert from centimeters to meters, you'll divide by what? You'll divide by 100. But what happens here, they don't want you to go through that scale. They want you to go through this scale. What is this scale? 1 centimeter is equals to 12 meters. Okay, so they don't want you to go from centimeters to meters. 1 minute. Okay, they don't want you to convert some centimeters to meters. Rather than dividing by 100, they want you to convert 1 centimeter into 12 meters, right? This is the scale that they have given us, and we have to follow what they have given in the question. So what do? This value here, 5.5, will multiply this by 12. Okay, because we want to convert this into meters, because they want the answer in meters. So convert the values in meters before continuing. Okay, so 5.5 times 12, let me just do that quickly. 5.5 times 12 will be, just a minute, 5.5 times 12 will be 66. And you know that 1 times 12 will be 12, right? So that will be 12. So times 12. Now I know that what is the formula? Remember, the main aspect of this quiz is to memorize the formulas and what formula is used where, for which shape. So keep those things in mind. If you don't know when to use which formula, you're going to make mistakes in the exam and you're not going to score well. So keep practicing and understanding the questions. So 6 times 6 times 12, sorry, 66 times 12 is, what is our formula for the area of a rose garden? It's a rectangle length times width. Keep this in mind. The area of the rectangle, whenever you're looking for it, it's length times width. Now what is 66 times 12? It's 792. So that's your answer, 792. Let me revise it with you again. What happens here is that first of all, you have this rectangle, right? All of these things, they are all the units, all the numbers here, they're given in centimeters. We don't want it in centimeters. They want it in meters. How do we know that? It's written here. You converted, you know that this length is equals to this length. So the length of the pond and the length of the rose garden are equal, right? The width of the rose garden is 1. You have to multiply. Now remember, I can also show it to you in this way, that 1 centimeter, let's do it like this, 1 centimeter gives us 12 meters. If someone is getting confused in this part, you can also check from here. So 1 centimeter gives you 12 meters. Now, 5.5 centimeters is x. That's what we're looking for, right? Because we want to convert every value to meters before using the formula to find the answer. So 5.5 equals box. Let's put a box here. How do you find, now this is centimeters, how will you find this meters? You multiply 5.5, you'll cross multiply 5.5 by 12 and box by 1. 5.5 times 12 is what? 66. Okay. And 1 box, right? What is 1 box? When you bring down the 1 here, remember they multiplied. When you bring down the 1 here, it becomes division. So the box will be equal to 66. There you go. If you don't understand, please ask me in the comments in the section down below. Everyone has my email. You can always reach out to me. Okay. So what is the formula for this? Then length times width. You can easily, you know that. Now the next one. The area of the oak tree. Now this is a bit more difficult. You need more time for this, but you will get it. It's not hard. Don't think of it as something that's hard. It's going to just make the quiz even more difficult for you. So what happens here now? You have to find out, first of all, what is the formula for the oak tree? Half base times height. We know that the oak tree is a rectangle. The rectangle, the area, how do we find it? Half base times height. Okay, now half base times height. Now we need to find, this is the base and this is the height. Okay, don't get confused. Write the alphabets if you don't know where exactly the base is and where the height is. Next, what do you do? Next, what do? You have half base times height. Now you need to find what base is. Okay, let's explain this. Okay, in different colors. So here you have the 8.2 centimeters is not only for the base, it's for the whole down part, right? It's for the whole down part. We don't want that. We only want this base. Let's color it with black. We want, because it's important, we'll cover it with black. We only want this part. So it means, what do we have to remove? We have to remove all of this part. All of this part, what do I mean by remove? We need to subtract. Now, what comes in all of this part? All of the, let's color it yellow. Instead of putting black, let's put it as yellow. We want to remove all of, sorry, it's not coming as yellow. Just 1 second. We want to remove all of this part. So what will we do? We will subtract 8.2 by this one, 5.5. We know the length of this, it's 5.5. They have given it to us about 5.5. First, we will subtract 5.5. Then we still have a tiny part, a tiny little part that is left, that is left to find the base. Okay, that's still added to the base that we want to remove. What is that? 0.7. So again, we'll subtract 0.7. Now we're left with only the base. Okay, we're left with only the base. So now subtract that. 8.2 minus 5.5 minus 0.7. What is that? 2. The answer is 2. But again, the answer is in 2 centimeters. You don't want centimeters. What did the scale they gave us? They gave us the scale as 12 meters. They want the answer in meters. Okay, so 2. Now 2 centimeters is your base. Now let's multiply the 2 centimeters by 12. What do you get? 24. So this will become 24. 24 meters. Let's write the unit beside it as well to make sure that we're using the correct units. The next thing is that, okay, so we're done with that, right? We know the base now. Now, what is the height? What is the height? Now, let's try to find out what the height is. You see, what is this question all based on? Trying to find which length is related to which. So here, what do I mean by that? 2.3, this length is equals to the length of the rectangle. All of this. You understand? If you don't understand, please comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like these, and you can always suggest some other videos that you like. I know there are finals coming up, so it may have some delay. And don't forget to subscribe, please. So this length is equals to this. You can see it by drawing it out as well. Okay? And then what do? We add all of these now. Okay? So what was that going to be? 2.3 plus 0.7, 2.3. I hope everyone knows how to add decimal numbers. 2.3 plus 0.7 plus 1.0. What is that? 4. It's 4 centimeters. It is 4 centimeters, right? This is 4 centimeters. That's 2 centimeters. What is this? This is our height. Now, everything we have it. We want to convert the centimeters into meters. 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, you get 48 meters. Okay, 48 meters and 24 meters. Now, what is left? Half. Base, which was, what was base? Base was, sorry, base was 24 and height was 48. So half base, what is base? Base is 24 and what is height? Height is 48. Now this is your, you have completed it all in meters. Now you can simplify it or you can multiply it as it is. You can simplify 1 here, this becomes 12. So what is 12 times 24? Just multiply those two together. 12 times 48. You'll get 576. Okay, and that is your answer. 576. So this is your answer. If you don't understand, again, you can always ask me in the comment section down below. I'll try my best to answer as soon as possible. Okay, let's go to the next question now. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 second. We'll just go to the next question now. Question number 3 is done. Okay. So 792 is for the first one, 576 for the second one. Now, the next question that was requested was question number 10. Now, again, for question number 10, again, In this, how do you understand is that first, look, the shape that is made in front of you was in smaller units. Okay, you are a designer, you're an architect. First, they told you to make the design, whatever your design is. Imagine this is a house. And they have asked you to make this into smaller units. You made it in smaller units. Now they want it in a bigger unit. So 1 to 600. Now they want you to convert each of these units, these tiny units, into 600. How do you do that? You multiply each number by 600. So first is your step to do this. Choose a drawing of field produced with scale 1 to 600. So now they want all of these not to be in the digits of ones, but 600. So multiply each value by 600. So what will that be? 2400. Okay, the next one is going to be 6 times 6 is 3600. The next one is going to be again 4 times 6 is 2400. The next one, 2 times 6 is going to be 1200. Remember 600 times 2. And then the next one here, it's going to be 3 times 600 is 1800. Now remember, keep this in mind. Remember, oh sorry, the marker just got really dark. So remember, keep this in mind that you need to do this when they have given you a scale. Figure below shows a drawing of field produced with a scale of 1 to 600. They want you to find the area of all of these. You know, previously we've mentioned as well, what is the area of this? The area of this is half base times height, right? Now, if it's half base times height, what will you do? What will you do here? Half base times height, you will calculate for the first one, half base times height. But remember, half base times height, these are in centimeters. What do they want your answer in? Meters. You have to convert this, and they haven't given you their own scale now to convert from centimeters to meters. So what do here? You divide these numbers by 100. You divide them by 100. So you divide this by 100, you will get 24. Erase this, you'll get 24. For this one, it won't be 3600, it will be, because I'm dividing by 100. Remember, keep in mind, dividing each number by 100 to make it into meters. Let's write meters beside it. Let's write in black. Okay, let's write meters beside it. Meters. Meters. Okay, again, I'm going to remove the zeros of this one. We'll convert into meters. Again, 1200 will also remove it. It will become meters. All of these, I'm converting them into meters. Why? Because this is how you solve it before putting the answer, before putting it in the formula. Convert all of them into the unit they're asking for. And 1800, you also remove it and you'll say meters. Okay, this will be meters. Okay, so first let's solve the triangle. Let's say now the big triangle, I'll write here big, B here. So half base, so write first half base times height, right? So what is that? 24 times 36, right? 24 times 36. Now you can solve this, you can make it easy for you. You can simplify 1 and this will be 12. So what is 12 times 36? 12 times 36 is going to give you 432. So for the big triangle, it's going to be 432. Now let's focus on the smaller triangle. Let's put S here, small here. Now let me erase all of this at the bottom. The same formula for area, half base times height. We already converted it all to the appropriate units. We changed the scale as well. So now what do? We have half base. What is base? Base is 24 times height, which is 12. Right? So all of this, half base times height. So what is it going to be? 1 here. This will be turned into 12. 12 times 12, we know it's what is it? 144. So small triangle is 144 meters. All of this is in meters. Don't forget meters. Okay? Now, and remember it's meter squared. Why? Because it's meters here and meters here. So meters times meter will be meter squared. It's also meter squared in here. Now let's check the rectangle. Now the rectangle, you know that it's 18 meters here, but there's also 6 and 4. You need to add them because what is that? That is the length of the rectangle. That is the length of the rectangle. Okay, that is the length of the rectangle. And that's what matters. The length of the rectangle. So the width, they've already given it to us 3. But here, they also made the dotted line. So you can understand through the dotted line that you need to add 6 plus 4. What's 6 plus 4? That's 10. Now again, we will do the same steps. 10 times 600. What is that? 600, 6,000 will be 6,000, right? 0, 0, 0. Divide this by 100. These two. It is going to be 60. So 60 times 18. Times 18. 60 times 18. So what is that? 60 times 18 gives us 1080. So what is the, so remove everything. The big triangle is 432. The small triangle is meter squared. Okay, all of this is meter squared. Meter squared. The small triangle is also 144 meters squared, because remember you're multiplying two numbers with meters and meters. Meters squared. And then the last one, base, and then the rectangle, you have 1080 meters squared. Now you're just going to add all of them and find out the area of the field. I know this can be confusing, it can be long and exhausting, but just try to practice as much as you can. Understand what they're asking you in the quiz. They have broken, like again and again, they're breaking up the shapes into different parts, right? Some are triangle, some are rectangle. They are also, the measurements, you have to add them. For, like you can see, for example, here in the rectangle. Also, which formula is used where. And if they have given you a scale, understand that as well. What is that scale used for? So eventually you're just going to add 432 plus 144 plus 1080. What is that? 1656 is the final answer. Okay, take care of yourselves. I hope you understand this. If you don't, please ask me any other questions you have. Take care of yourselves. Good luck, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.